Let's start in Coral Gables. So to be dialed into the nth degree when it comes to what's going on out there at Miami, CaneSport is our Miami on 3 site. Lock in with them over there. Pete Nakos also has a great article out right now on on3.com giving you a little bit more intel that we're going to unpack right now. But here's a couple of tidbits from Pete's story. Miami Hurricane fans, we've had a lot of y'all subscribe to this channel over the course of the last few weeks. If you have not yet subscribed, you have not locked yourself in yet to this party going on the On3 YouTube channel, no time like the present, baby. Make sure you're subscribed right here. We appreciate you so much for that. A ton of content coming your way. College football every single day on this show, The Hard Count, on the On3 YouTube channel. So we appreciate y'all in advance for locking in and being subscribed. Cam Ward is drawing rave reviews. I mean, he is tearing it up. And it's one thing to get a high-profile quarterback through the portal and for them to go through spring practice, but like we all understand this now. When you transfer as a quarterback, there's a lot to acclimate to. Doesn't matter if it's spring practice or fall camp. You'd hope it's spring practice, but even so, man, like it takes some time to figure out, one, just the school part of where you're at. I mean, in many instances, you're changing your location in the United States. You're changing your teammates. You're changing your class schedule. And then on top of that, hey, here's a new playbook. Hey, get up to speed with your new wide receivers, your offensive line, your offensive coordinator, Cam Ward. Every single thing I have heard about him, both internally and externally, around Miami has been positive. And when I say internally and externally, I mean people that are within that building and people that have no stake in the game whatsoever but are just privy to what's going on there. So Cam Ward, if you're a Miami Hurricane fan, buckle up. It's going to be a fun year. You have an alpha at quarterback. That's a word that they keep on using with him. Hey, he's an alpha. Hey, he sets the temperature. Hey, he's a leader. Guys follow him. It sounds very like, entry level, very simplistic, very like, oh, that's nice, your quarterback's a leader. No. That's how you compete at the highest level, is when your quarterback is not just the quarterback, but the guy. We talked about that with Nebraska, with Dylan Raiola and him making that effort. It sounds like Cam Ward is doing that in a big-time fashion right now at Miami. Y'all, they love their running back room. Not just who they have as the starter, which is another transfer. Damian Martinez from Oregon State, 2,000-yard back out there in Corvallis, making his way out to a little bit warmer weather, now being with the Hurricanes. I love the way he runs behind his pads. You've heard me talk about him a lot on this show. I think he fits perfectly with what Shannon Dawson wants to do offensively, because they want to push the ball deep. They want to spray the ball around the yard. That's why you got Cam Ward. No way around it. But I would also add on to that, they want to hit you in the mouth. Both Shannon Dawson and Mario Cristobal, I have to believe, share that sentiment. Last year, they averaged 5 yards a carry on the ground, and that was before they added Damian Martinez. Expect that number to be somewhere in that 5 yards a carry plus range, and it's not just Damian Martinez they're excited about. Also, true freshman Jordan Lyle, standing out during fall camp. And this is kind of the fun part of the fall camp intel is a lot of these names I'm mentioning, like who Cam Ward is. You've obviously been on red alert, high alert for who Damian Martinez is since he transferred from Oregon State to Miami. But hearing about these young bucks that are making some noise, Jordan Lyle being one of those guys, that's good news. Having real depth in the running back room is important for a number of reasons. One, it allows you to be versatile. Okay, so being able to have somebody you can hand the ball off to for one drive, the next series, swap them out, you don't lose too much from back to back. So they feel great about Jordan Lyle right now with the early returns from him in fall camp. And then Mark Fletcher is a guy that from last season, got a little bit dinged up, coming back from the Liz Frank injury, easing his way back in, but they expect to be pretty deep in that running back room and be pretty multiple offensively. Now on the defensive side of the ball, man, those high-profile portal guys. Tyler Barron, who was at Tennessee last year, Simeon Barrow, who was at Michigan State last year, both proven commodities in their own right, but Justin Scott is a guy who they expect to play early this year. He is a true freshman, former 5-star that they flipped from Ohio State. He is all of 6'4", 300 pounds. All right, so he physically right now, from what I can tell, has the body to help you right away, and the fact that they're already telling us or making it a point to say, hey, this guy's going to play. We expect this guy to play. Future is very bright for the folks out there in Miami on the defensive side of the football. It's important to note here, the way that we talk about Miami right now going into year 3, notice the things that I'm saying about them. Hey, they want to be tough running the football. Hey, they like the defensive line. Hey, we know what they are on the offensive line with Francis Mawanoa and company being a lot more improved from what they were since Mario Cristobal got there. The physical edge Miami has is going to, I think, make the difference for them in 2024. Now, Cam Ward is obviously kind of the end-all, be-all in a lot of ways for how high they end up flying, but the physical edge at Miami is something Mario Cristobal and this staff have worked to install since they got there. I think in year 3, that's when you see the real return on investment if you're a Hurricane fan. So I think they're a college football playoff team. It's fall camp, so we're grabbing all the intel we can. Pete Nakos and his story now. Go check that out at on3.com. A lot more intel for you there in regards to the Canes. And as always, make sure you're dialed in to CaneSport to get all the intel for Miami year-round. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.